Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to talk about the Raptors' 118-109 win over the Warriors in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Raptors were led in this one by Pascal Siakam's 32 points on 14 of 17 shooting. Gasol had 20 points as well, and nobody besides Steph and Klay for the Warriors had more than 10 points. Draymond had 6 turnovers. Let's get into it. On this play, Draymond Green gets the ball, he starts to go to the right and then spins back to the middle and tries to drive, but Kawhi and Gasol are in nice help position there. So Green kicks it out to Iguodala as Klay is cutting to the top, and you see Green chasing him, running him off the three-point line, and then Lowry under the basket steps up to prevent Klay from getting all the way to the rim, and that's just enough to force him to miss the shot. Good awareness by Lowry to step up. And now you see Draymond Green pushing it in transition, trying to go at Gasol, but Gasol holding his ground, gets up for the block. Nice work getting back on D, and then the Warriors trying to push it again. This time it's Lowry and Green combining for the block, but unfortunately the ball falls right into Klay's hands. He's able to put it up and in off the glass, and attacking in transition or early in the offense was definitely something the Warriors were trying to do often. It gave them an opportunity to get open shots when the Raptors defense wasn't quite set. And obviously the Warriors are going to try to push those three-point attempts to Curry and Klay, because when the Raptors defense had the opportunity to get set, they were meeting them with a lot of bodies, really loading up the defense toward them, and that forced guys who aren't necessarily comfortable shooting a lot of threes or making a play for somebody else into difficult positions. Here you see Danny Green trailing Klay, who's going to come off the screen here and catch the ball. Green dodges it nicely, so Klay just gives the ball back to Draymond, run something else. And then as Iguodala gets the ball in the post, you see Curry fake like he's going to do a cut, trying to get the defense's attention. And then Klay is going to try to cut to the basket, but watch the way both Raptors defenders go with him. That leaves Draymond wide open at the top, but no defender goes at him at all. He wants to be a passer, and Danny Green is able to slither around the Andre Iguodala screen to give a pretty decent shot contest on Klay Thompson's elbow three. And the Raptors really did what they could to contain Curry and Klay coming off of screens. Here you see Fred and Lowry both going to the corner with Curry, leaving the drive open to the basket. Luckily, Siakam is there to step up and force the miss. And loading up on Curry and Klay like this was a tactic that the Raptors used over and over throughout the game, really regardless of who else was on the floor. And at times, having so much attention on Steph and Klay would leave lanes open to the basket or leave guys open for three, but that was something that the Raptors made a conscious choice to do. They decided they were fine with it. That's the lesser of two evils compared to letting Steph and Klay get off on a hot shooting night. On this play, as Iguodala picks up his dribble, Curry's going to run past him for a potential handoff, and watch Kawhi take a big step towards Curry as Siakam pressures up. And with Kawhi out of position now, Iguodala is going to pass it to Draymond and then cut to the basket, but Gasol rotates off of his man, reading it perfectly. Meanwhile, Kawhi slides down, and as Iguodala tries to throw that bounce pass, able to deflect it, that's going to be a turnover. And the Raptors doing a great job there of not just helping out on Curry, but helping the helper, and then recovering to help the person who helped the helper. And before we go any further, I want to take a few seconds to say please check out the Patreon, where you can get access to exclusive content and vote for which games I cover. There's a link in the video description. Give that a click and help me out. And here, as Curry pitches it to Draymond, he's going to cut away as Klay cuts up off this screen. And with Green's eyes focused on Klay, he doesn't see Kyle sneaking over to get a hand in there, poke the ball loose, and force another turnover. Great opportunistic defense by Lowry there with the drive-by swipe. And now with Draymond bringing the ball up, Curry's going to set a screen and watch both Raptors defenders stay with Curry as Green comes off it. Trusting Gasol to be there on the help defense. He and Kawhi snuff things out inside easily, and then as the ball goes to Iguodala, Klay's going to cut towards him, and watch Lowry's closeout here. He's going to sprint towards Klay like he's going to run straight through his body, then stop on a dime and change directions to avoid the contact. And when you've got a team of great defenders, it's a million little things like that that all add up to just make things a little bit tougher for the offense and give you an extra chance to win. Here as Livingston brings the ball up, watch Fred VanVleet guarding Curry off ball. Curry's great at changing direction, changing speeds, but Fred stays right with him. And with Fred on Curry's tail, Kevon Looney has to step into him to try to get contact on the screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul, a turnover. And that doesn't happen without Fred VanVleet being all over top of Curry, making his life difficult whether he has the ball or not. Here you see VanVleet waiting for Curry at the top of the key, and once Steph comes into the play, Fred is basically just going to face guard him and try to prevent him from getting open at all costs. And with VanVleet bothering Curry, the Warriors have to go to another option, and the Raptors are able to contain that as well. Siakam gets a really good shot contest. And now here you see VanVleet pursuing Curry full court, putting a lot of pressure on him. And then once Curry gives it up, he's going to cut backdoor, gets a step on Fred, but the help defense is right there to challenge the shot and force the miss. He's fouled on the rebound, so it's going to stay Warriors ball. But off the ensuing inbound, Norm is on the inbounder, and he hesitates for a second like he might go with Curry, but he continues to pursue Livingston, able to deflect that pass and force the turnover as Livingston careens into Lowry and gets called for the foul. And now with Klay taking a brief rest, you see Patrick McCaw pressuring up on the ball. He switches out onto Quinn Cook as he gets it, and Cook is going to go past him and drive. But Sean Livingston and Draymond Green on the strong side both aren't that great a shooter, so the Raptors can help way over. And giving up a corner three to Draymond isn't that deadly because he shot just 26% for the entire series from downtown. On this play, as Draymond gets the ball, Curry's going to cut backdoor, watch Fred VanVleet go with him, and Gasol take a step back as well, just in case. Fred keeps him contained, so Quinn Cook is going to run over for the dribble handoff. As he does, Gasol steps out to prevent the three-point attempt, and Quinn Cook tries to relocate, but Gasol does a great job of staying with him and still getting a hand up on that three-pointer in the corner. And here you see Fred pressuring up on Curry, and Gasol hollers that the pick is coming, so Fred tries to step up and over it as Curry counters with the behind-the-back dribble. A really nice play, and then Gasol meets him above the three-point line. Curry can go around him, but Kawhi is there helping off of Draymond Green, and as Curry looks for a pass out of this, Gasol with the incredible hands, able to deflect the ball high in the air, plus Fred VanVleet has recovered, so as Curry turns to try to go for it, he ends up fouling him. Once again, great work by the Raptors, throwing multiple bodies at Curry, frustrating him, and forcing the turnover on this possession. And then on the very next trip down the floor, Curry is going to come off the Looney screen, but as he does, Gasol steps up, and Curry tries to throw that lefty whip pass over the top, but Gasol must have been reading the scouting report because he snuffs this one out too, able to force the jump ball, which he wins easily. Nice work forcing Curry into back-to-back turnovers. And now Fred VanVleet behind the play a little bit, so Siakam has to help him out. That leaves Draymond open for the drive, but as he attacks the rim, Lowry steps up and takes the charge. Great work anticipating the play and preventing the easy bucket. And now this play almost works the way the Warriors intended it. As Iguodala gets the ball here, Klay Thompson is going to take Lowry down low, curl off of Curry, and then try to post him up. And as Klay catches the ball, Gasol is already coming over with the double team off of Jordan Bell. And at the same time, Curry is going to clear out of the paint, bringing Danny Green with him. Now Jordan Bell is all alone, but Gasol is already in recovery mode, able to get in that passing lane and intercept it. And that's the kind of mobility and quick feet we've come to expect from Gasol, and that's one of the reasons the Raptors made the finals in the first place. And now as Curry brings the ball up, he's going to come off the Jordan Bell screen. Lowry does a nice job of meeting him above the three-point line as Gasol chases him towards the basket. Curry kicks it out to Iguodala to Draymond, and then he gets it back and drops it over to Iguodala. And now it's a 2-on-1 against Gasol, but as Iguodala drops the pass to Bell, Kawhi flying at him, so Bell goes to the other side of the basket where Gasol is waiting, able to block the ball from behind and put a stop to that. Great awareness by Kawhi and Gasol to know where each other were and prevent the easy bucket there. And then off the ensuing inbound, 6 seconds on the clock, so Siakam pressuring up. Gasol switches out onto Klay, preventing the shot. He drops the pass off, but Jordan Bell, not aware of the shot clock situation, passes it out to Green as the shot clock expires. And now Curry coming off that Looney screen. Gasol steps up to him with the trap. Curry tries that pass over the top once again. This time Danny Green gets a piece of it. The pass never makes it, and Kawhi is able to pick it off, send it down to the other end where Siakam with the acrobatic finish. Nice work by the Raptors, creating points off of the turnover there. And now watch Pascal Siakam on this play, getting up over that screen and then putting a ton of pressure on Klay Thompson's dribble. And it might seem like he's being a little overly aggressive, but his main goal is to get Klay to drive inside the three-point line in a way that doesn't involve Steph Curry and trust the help defense to do the rest. And now as Klay brings it up, just watch Fred VanVleet on Steph Curry, waiting for the play to materialize. Eventually the pass comes to Steph. He gives Fred a nice jab to his right, and then he comes over the screen, but Fred does a great job getting around it, gets up and actually blocks the shot. One of the only blocks you'll ever see from him. And then Kyle Lowry does well to get up and deflect it out of Andre Iguodala's hands into Kawhi Leonard's. Great work by the two smallest guys on the court to make big plays. And now with Sean Livingston in transition, a nice play by Serge Ibaka, sizing him up, teeing it up, and then swatting it out of bounds. Great defense there to shut down the fast break. And now as the Raptors scramble back in transition, they do a nice job of limiting the early options. And then as Draymond sets the screen for Klay, Kawhi completely abandons Draymond to trap him, but the Raptors are able to slow down the Warriors enough that it gives Kawhi time to get back into the play and bother Draymond Green's layup attempt. And now Klay trying to initiate the offense early, but you see Kawhi down there trapping him. He's supposed to be on Draymond Green, but the Raptors are pretty much completely ignoring him. Even when he gets the ball, he never looks at the rim, so Kawhi doesn't have to run out at him. Instead, they know the ball is coming to Klay, so Serge and Siakam run at him. Klay with the bounce pass to Cousins, but Lowry is there to take the charge once again. First on Draymond, then on DeMarcus. Kyle Lowry giving it up in the finals to get that ring. And now Draymond bringing it up the floor, looking to be a little more aggressive, crosses over on Siakam, gets a step on him, but an incredible recovery by Pascal, swatting it off the backboard as Draymond tees it up for him. Siakam just smacks it off the glass, a beauty. And now you see Danny Green pressuring Klay Thompson full court, almost causes the turnover there. And then as Klay crosses half court and then gives it up, he's going to try to push off of Danny Green to get himself open, but the ref catches it and calls the offensive foul, maybe getting a little bit frustrated with how closely he's getting defended by Danny Green. Whatever the cause, that's good D by Green to force the turnover. And in the fourth quarter in particular, the Raptors really emphasized running Curry and Klay off of the three-point line, so much so that they only shot one three-pointer between them in the entire fourth quarter. And that did lead to some easier shots and easier buckets in the lane or in the mid-range, but the Raptors were mostly just trying to protect a double-digit lead as the fourth quarter went on. Here you see the Raptors really going hard after Curry when he's above the three-point line. Kawhi stepping up to him on multiple picks. Then once the ball is out of his hands, the defense can breathe for half a second and reset itself a little bit. Klay will come up and then curl into the key as the pass goes to Draymond, but Siakam trailing him perfectly, able to cut that off. Then Lowry and Fred prioritize staying with Curry on the screen. That lets Iguodala cut to the bucket and finish with the hoop, but the Warriors simply unable to handle the Raptors on D. Siakam attacks the rim, sheds Draymond, foreshadowing a little bit, and then tips it up and in. That will be 32 points for him. Lowry buries the long bomb dagger, and that's the ball game. The Raptors go up 1-0 over the Warriors in their first ever NBA Finals game. An incredible team effort and a harbinger of things to come, with Fred chasing Curry all over the court and the Raptors rotating like crazy to help each other out. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors defense in the comments.